Good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite. Morning, Remod. Morning, Special K. Let some people get loaded on. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream this morning. Go ahead and jump into these charts. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me just fine. We got about 6 minutes or so before the market opens. I'm going to switch this here to the 5-minute. Morning, Kim. So they've done a really good job holding price up here around the 26,000 area. You guys remember, we're just within striking distance of an all-time high. So say today that they wanted to mess around and keep driving this market up, kind of like they was doing yesterday. If they do a slow grind to the upside, you know, I think we're about 800 points away or so. Something along those lines. Still get, excuse me, I'm still getting everything set up on my side. So what we have going on here, as you can see, we're trading around previous day high right now, trying to break through this yellow line here and this red line. Both of these red lines are liquidity shelves. We got our pre-market high up here at around 44, overnight high around 57, 58, inside a 4-hour zone. To the downside, we got this pre-market low is about 960, and then the overnight low is around 934. I took a trade this morning out of this pre-market low imbalance box here. There was imbalance here on the 5-minute, and got a nice trade out of this area. Because of where the market is right now, before it opens up, you see they're pushing the pre-market high, trying to work their way up there. So what you got to think is, if they get up there and tap that when they open the market, they might pull this back hard to find some liquidity to the downside. You can see there are several candles put in, like this one over there with this big long red wick. There was one put in. Oh, that might be the one I'm thinking of right there overnight. Yeah, it was close to like midnight or something. 1 in the morning, they pushed that down. And then this one here at the that happened around 6:47, if I remember right, on the 1-minute chart, because I was like, why'd that happen at 6:47? That was kind of weird. But the fact that they keep slinging these candles out and they push them down real fast, it did not take very long for this one to get pushed back down. It was instant. So if they can come up here and tap this pre-market high, everything is going to be overbought if they keep pushing this up over the next few minutes. So you might be thinking short on the open, or see what kind of, I mean, I wouldn't just automatically get in short, but it's overbought up here. But that don't mean that they can't open it and push this even higher, you know, and sweep a overnight high, this 4-hour zone. Have to wait for an entry on the short if you want to take it short, or they could open it and automatically pull it back. And if they do that, I'm going to be thinking for myself, they never did fill the imbalance box down here that I had in. You know, it came to the pre-market low. So if they do pull back, I'll be looking at this zone first. If they pierce through it, we'll be looking at this overnight low to see if they sweep it. And then, of course, we had the previous day low, which is way down here somewhere. Previous day lows at 25,639. So we got a lot going on in the chart. We just need to see how they want to open it. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream. Maybe if you're already on before the market opens. And stay patient, disciplined. Remember, today could be a repeat of yesterday as far as it's a buy the pullback day for the long. Don't try to counter trend trade unless you can control your risk and your emotions, because I know I counter trend traded quite a bit yesterday. I hope nobody's following my trades because I did well. I started out well. I ended up getting in the red. I ended up getting back in the green before the end of the day. So, you know, trade your own plan. But counter trend trading on a day like yesterday can be very dangerous, as well as today. If that's what they do, the market's going to open 30 seconds. Everybody take some deep breaths. Don't be all of a sudden pushing buttons on the controller for no reason. Special case still in it long from like 980s, I think, somewhere. Open, and what are they doing? Gotta remember, there's plenty of room for expansion to the downside right now, so they could come down. They could, you know, come down and either tag this pre-market low, maybe tag the top side of this imbalance box to protect this low, would still keep us bullish here. But if they put in a lower low than this here, we need to worry about them trying to come down and attack this overnight low. That's because price is moving faster than the candle. That happened yesterday. Especially around the open, it'll do that all the time. ATR is only about 18. Really weird how this ATR has been staying. It seems like below 25 at the New York Open, because usually it's a lot higher than that. Oh, I'm on the 5-minute chart. Didn't nobody tell me? Let me get over the 1 minute. Looks like my chart's froze a little bit. All right, so you can see we got us a bullish line down here, this little blue trend line. Need to adjust this this line. I guess I'll put it all the way up here. ATR's jumped up over 20. You know, morning Merlin, traded your own risk right now. You know, this could be a little whippy here. Of course, it looks like crude oil's going down still. It's a little lower right now than it was yesterday when we opened. So as long as crude's going down, you would think that NQ might be going up. Because when everything started, with the Middle East and crude went up, it seemed like NQ was getting pushed down every day. And they've been trading about the opposite ever since. So you got to think. See, excuse me. Here they are. What they might just be trying to make a push here and come up here and sweep the pre-market high or the overnight high in that 4-hour zone. It was like 8 or 9 hours ago they tapped into this overnight high up here. Around midnight, I think. So just be careful. If you're going to try to counter trend trade, just be careful on the short side, you know, and be ready to scalp it if you have to instead of get any big moves to the downside, because I'm telling you, this may be a buy the pullback day. Morning, Prime. Glad to see everybody here this morning, showing up and showing out in the support. Special K, are you still in your trade over there? Oh, I got
me out at the open.
kicked you out.
Like $300 though.
Nice. So we are not quite 5 minutes into the market open here. Hey, what's going on, Rich? Morning. Glad to have you here. What do you guys think? Let me know in chat. You think it's gonna be a buy the pullback day? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about us being within striking distance of the all-time high? I mean, literally 800 something points away. I think it's 800, or is it 600? Let's have a look. We got a yellow line up there somewhere. Yeah, it's at 800 something. Hey, where'd my line go? I don't even see my line. Let me go look at my other chart. Uh, 862, 863 it looks like. Yep. I'm going to stay out of this mess. The ATR is around 20. Oh, I don't trust this market. Nope. You know, they could get up here and double top this overnight high area. Double top it and reject, possibly. The fight is on between the bulls and the bears. Special K says she thinks it's going up today. If it is going to be an up day, then we need to be pretty precise on our long entries and not just be buying, clicking. You know, because you could get whipped out of it depending on what your risk management is. Me, if I'm going to take a long, I need to see some expansion to the downside. I want in down here. I don't want in up here. I prefer to be back in the pre-market low down here. Possibly the overnight low. I mean, give us something one way or another. You know, if it wants to drop and sweep the overnight low and then take off for the rest of the day, great. It could take about an hour for the market to settle out, you know, and before it really tells us any kind of direction though. So patience is key. We get up here around this overnight high. Depending on how they react to it, I'll be looking for a first red candle short play on the kill zone exhaustion. The 1, 2, and 5 are just about overbought. And got to remember, depending on what your risk management is, you may not want to counter trend trade. It worked in my favor a little bit yesterday at the beginning, and then it went against me. So you got to be careful. Trade your plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Remember that. Plan your trade and trade your plan. If you stick to that, you should be good. If anybody has any questions, you can call them in chat. If anybody's looking for evals, Bullenok's still running their sale, 89% off through the 21st of this month. $19.25 for 50K. 148 is the activation fee once you pass. They do have $2,500 drawdown instead of $2,000. And every 10 days to pay out. 40% consistency. Morning, Melinda. Come on, let's go. Do you know how long you had to pass the eval after signing up? Well, typically, there's only maybe a couple that I'm aware of that have some kind of time frame. The only thing is say that if it takes you longer than 30 days, then they will charge you again a subscription fee. So if you can pass it in 30 days, it costs you $19.25. And then when you pass it, you got to pay $148 to take it to funded. Now, if it takes you 40 days, then you will have paid $19.25 twice. But somebody here is already posting in Discord today in the P&L section. I wonder who it could be. Huh. Kim herself. Cat. K-Cat locking in almost $1,500 already this morning. Super focused in on the trading. Look at this. I missed my short. I'm gonna go and take it anyway. See what happens here. See if I can scalp out of it down here to the 21. I don't think so. Well, scalped out of that real quick. I think I hit that for like 50 bucks, I think. Something like that. I think I was at 139. So maybe 40 bucks. Yeah, you're welcome, Melinda. And yeah, it'd be better off to read because every prop firm's rules are a little bit different, but at the same time, they're all pretty close to the same. To me, anyway. Kim says she loves the open. It's where I make all my profits. Definitely a momentum trader. Yep. Good job, Kim. Morning, Harris. All right, so this is the pullback we was looking for to maybe get long. If this is going to be a buy the pullback day, so the question is where are they going to pull it back to? We're coming down to the 50 EMA. I'd be more interested in about 26K for myself, but we'll see. It don't have to, but that would be more appealing to me if we get to 26. That'd sweep the previous day high again. That would touch the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. Well, not quite. Close though. The 50 EMA on the 5-minute is the orb low. Speaking of the orb low, in 15 seconds, the orb lines are going to lock in on the 15-minute candle range. So we need to pay attention to our open range break, see what that's about. Oh gosh, what was that? Is this just a sweep here? Nice. Go, push it. Push it. They usually come back and at least tag the wick on this next candle here. We'll see. Beautiful. Come on, let's go. Push. We'll see if we can let this one ride out for a while. I'm going to scoot this up just under the previous day high. See what kind of push they can do here. They need to get another candle over candle here. Get above 25 right here where it just shot up to. They need to close up there. If they can close up here at 25, then we're going to get a push higher. Possibly much higher. Come on, let's go. Close above 25. Got about 20, 30 seconds still to do it. Come on. Can't quite. They're trying to fight it and push it down. We got about 5 seconds. They need to push it hard if they're going to do it. Maybe they open it up and shoot this candle up there. If they can get this candle back up here, they might be trying to go out the top of this orb. Move my stop in under the 21. Try to protect as much of my gains as I can here. What's up, Jake?
Good morning, Jake.
I had 4, but I'm already out. I only got 1. If they break out of the top of this orb, guys, this could be a rocket ship ordeal here, possibly. So either they're going to reject up here, or they're going to break this orb and take this quite a bit higher. Possibly to 26.1. Maybe I should keep this down here under the 21 EMA. Give us some room to breathe. I'd like to catch the move if they're going to do it. If they do break out of the top of the orb, I might add to my position, maybe. I started with 4, but got out too fast. You know me, I like to take profit along the way if I can. We still got room for expansion to the upside. Come on, let's go. Break that 4-hour zone. Overnight high. Orb high. You alright over there? Hit your elbow? Was it the funny bone? Also, I shouldn't laugh. Maybe the bears don't want to let it happen. We'll see. Either way, we had us a good trade there. Buying that drop real fast. You had to be quick on that. As soon as I seen it drop all the way down there, I figured, well, better buy right now. And the fact that it dropped like that and they turn around and V-shaped it like that, that right there is telling you this is probably going to be a buy the pullback day. Come on, let's go. Did anybody get in long down there? Special K got in long down there. How many you got? 4? She got 4 down here. She's got 3 left. What was your entry price?
007.
Jake's in down there. Nice, Jake. I'm in at 994. I'm going to hold mine back. I got my stop set at 20. And see if we can give us some time to breathe. The 1, 2, and 5. Room to expand to the upside. See if they break out. What I'm going to like to see here is for them to break out of the orb to the upside. Hopefully. And then if they break out and do some sort of retest on the orb and not just a fake out sweep, I may add to my position for the long. Otherwise, I may just leave it alone. If I start seeing too much weakness coming into the chart here in this 4-hour zone, I may just automatically close my trade or move my stop up tighter. Melinda got in at 06 and again at 27 plus 220 at the open. MNQ, a few trades. That's awesome though, Melinda. A few trades, 220. That's like say you was trading evals or fundeds or whatever. That's time to rotate out of the account to the next one, really. All right, they're trying to put in some kind of freak candle here. Trying to cool the 1 minute down. They almost tagged me right there. I'm going to move my stop down under the 50 EMA just in case. I should have probably bought that pullback. I should have added to my position right there. Well, a few more than a few. Well, it's still fine. Just got to be careful MNQ with the fees and all that. I was green yesterday, but the fees ate me up on my funded account, so I may switch to NQ later in the day and trade funded on the on NQ instead, maybe. So I added to my position there. I should have added on that pullback there, but I added there. Move my stop up a little tighter. I'd like to see a hard candle out. If they can hard push out of the orb, I'll move my stop up into the bottom of the 4-hour zone. Come on, push. They have room a little bit still on the 4, on the, I mean the 2 and the 5, a little bit. I'm going to put mine just under here in case they get some kind of sweep and reject here. I want to be able to lock in what I got instead of hold out. Come on, let's push. Oh, morning, Warren. All right, I'm out. Nice trade, beautiful trade. Congratulations to anybody long in it that's still holding on. Keep it going. He says, what time in the afternoon do I get back online? It just depends. Sometimes I'll get on at 3 o'clock market time, and sometimes 3:30. You know, it just depends. I don't get on for very long. I just want to come in for power hour. Yesterday, power hour was what saved my funded accounts, really. I still did. I was green in them, but the fees still ate me up. And then I traded my evals in the last 10 minutes of power hour. Copy traded them and did $300 or $400, I think it was. It was a pretty fast trade. Jake said my next level is 200 points above from current price action, which would be around 240. Yep. I got the same zone. 230 to 240 up here, 200 points overhead. So yeah, I'm with you, Jake. Yeah, liquidity zone up there, and it could be a hot one up there too. You know, that's a huge gap in that 4-hour chart when we had the downtrend. That if they get up there, I mean, just think of the kind of rejection we could possibly get up there. And you have to remember all the imbalance that we put on the chart on this drive up on the 4-hour chart. I mean, there's so much imbalance, like down 15 across 1,500 points going down. Sooner or later, that stuff's going to get filled, but it ain't got to be soon. So it looks like they're just sweeping out of the orb up here. We got a possible rejection unless we do some consolidation here. And then they take a leg back up to the upside. We'll see if they can keep this here where it's at, chop it around, drain the momentum indicators down. Then we're looking at the possibility for them, once the indicators are down, for them to smoke this and start driving it to the upside. It's just one possibility that's on the chart. So the kill zone will work on, well, when you say TOS, you talking about Thinkorswim? No, I built the kill zone for TradingView and for NinjaTrader 8. I would have to build it for Thinkorswim in order for it to be on there. All right, so we're going to get us push out of here. That's kind of, you know, I would rather see some chop and them drain the indicators off up here before they try to make a leg up out of this opening range, but we'll see. It would be better for the long side if they did that. Morning, Swain. Felt like I was auctioneer. I was talking so fast it felt like. All right, so we are overbought. So I'm gonna be watching for weakness here, for the possibility of maybe a short play, size down in the short play, because it is looking like it's gonna be a buy the pullback day. So you got to think, if they threw in another red candle up here because we're overbought, something like this one right back here, hard push down through these EMAs, and then you'll get another wick like this and a push back up. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to have, somebody that's trying to get long to be getting long between the 21 and the 50 EMA here, maybe. It is a possibility. I'm not saying you should do that, but the way these pullbacks are working, that's a possibility. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that buffer. Yeah. Jake, are you still in your long right here? I know Special K is still, I think, holding one out of her drive on this leg here. Yeah, she's in at 2607. 2607. She's down in around just above the previous day high. Jake said he just closed his. We just hit the 127 fib extension on a higher time frame. I think the 1 hour. That's what Melinda said. Good to know. Thank you for that. She's using her Fibonacci. What happened? You froze up?
Yeah.
It's alright, go back up. Oh,
Stop. Doesn't matter.
come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Show us what you want to do. Hey guys, if you hadn't already, don't forget to smash that like button on the stream. If you're enjoying it, help grow the FTE community that we are part of. Trying to push them subs on YouTube up there. Kim sent you a message there, it looks like. It's probably a take profit error, maybe rejection. Morning gore. Yeah, it just spiked up past it. Well, yeah, people got cough sometimes. Special case sick. That's why I'm making her stay 6 feet away, because she's got COVID supposedly. Get on the other side of the room. Put you in a bubble. Special bubble. Hopefully the market stays up. Looks like Ninja Trader froze up for her. She had to log out. She's still in the trade. You might have to reboot the computer, restart. If you close Ninja Trader down and try to open it up too fast, it yeah, cause an issue. Prime said me too. What, Ninja Trader froze up on you, Prime?
I'll see what it does, or I'll order all the way down.
Oh man. Prime froze and Rich froze on Ninja Trader. I hope mine don't freeze.
I put in something down there at the old board below.
I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm not trying to freeze mine up. Here, let me get it into something where in case something goes wrong here. Yeah, it threw it right on there.
Canceled.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm trading from a desktop Ninja. So's Prime, so's Special K. And then probably so is Rich if his froze. Maybe I just got lucky this time. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I seen now it's, can you believe that, Jake, that they moved that down to $2,000? That blows me away. How they changed that from 25K to 2,000. And I seen something, I don't know if it's true. I was reading an article this morning where supposedly they're gonna uh Special K's back in. I read a thing this morning where supposedly they're gonna put in $5 trillion into the market at like 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning in pre-market. I don't know how true that is, but supposedly they're gonna be buying up some T-notes or something. I don't know. I have to go back and find it. But yeah, all them years you know, to stay within the PDT rule, you had to have 25K in your account, you know, which is PDT, pattern day trader. Uh that won't go in effect, I think, for 45 days, even though they went ahead and they passed it or whatever, but as far as I know, it don't take effect for about 45 days. Morning Velocity. Didn't know you was here with us. I'm doing too much talking. I ain't even looking at the screen. Did everybody else able to get back on Ninja Trader? Yep. Looks like man, I need to pay more attention to what's going on the chart. I'm looking at too many different things. So we got us an orb retest right here. We broke it. We just retested. Good push off of that. Say it's about pullback day. Maybe. Merlin's Ninja Trader's good. Yep. Just must have been a glitch somewhere for certain people. Just so everybody knows, it's in chat now. There is a link at the very beginning of the chat box for a reboot. If we need to do a reboot today, that'll be the link to go to. I'll shut this one down and start that one up. If we need it. Hopefully we don't. This is a lot. I mean, what are they gonna, you know, they might come down here and sweep the 50 EMA right here. Let me go have a look at the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute real quick. See if I can find anything worth putting on the chart. You know, I was hoping that the 5-minute would have thrown some kind of imbalance in somewhere, but they don't have any other than what I've already got drawn out that's way down here. So the S&P 500's within striking distance of record after the biggest 10-day rally since 2020. They finished yesterday out at 6,967, putting it just a fraction below its all-time highs. So S&Ps are close to the all-time highs. Nasdaq's close to all-time highs. You know, I kind of was worried about that, Jake, myself, with this drive that we've had. I was telling Special K, I think it was yesterday or Monday, I said they could get back to the all-time highs and double top it and give us a pretty bad drop. So it'd be something to watch for sure. I know I was looking at I got the fibs, I think, on the 4-hour chart, and the 50% fib on this 4-hour chart on this drive up is down around 24,500. And then the 61.8 is around 24,100, something like that. So I was kind of thinking, man, what if they did pull back that far, which they could, but and then they would fill a whole lot of that imbalance that's on that chart. But that's why you got to be aware of things like that and just know that they are there and know that anything is possible. If you're new to the stream, smash that like and subscribe on YouTube and set them notifications so that you don't never miss out when we go live. Smash that like button on the stream, help it push it out there further to find more people. Excuse me. Come on, let's go. I guess I need to be looking for a trade, maybe. It's going to be hard for me to get long anywhere right now. ATR is down around 13 or 14. And, you know, unless the idea would be to be buying any kind of pullback where they might push up like this, you know. Maybe if they try to come tag this pre-market high, the 50 EMA is tagging it now right here. So that's a maybe. They could hold price up here. We got higher high here. We got a higher high here. This was a higher low, higher low, higher low. So You know, until they put in maybe 2 more higher highs right here, probably won't be thinking too much about trying to play any short plays. Once maybe they put in a couple more higher highs, then it might be a little more exhausted to maybe get a decent short play. Or they could get to a point, since they've already done this, they could put in some kind of chop here. And see if they try to keep it within this and chop it around and drain the indicators off some, the momentum, and then bust back out of the top. Kim says the next measured move is 175, not very far above. It's right here. This back and forth by the pullback ordeal is how they're getting through them big 4-hour candles. When this turned into a bear market, it put in some big 4-hour candles up in this area, and so all this grinding up like this, they're able to weave their way through them candles to the upside instead of finding any kind of hard rejection. You know, I don't expect to see anything real significant until they hit the 220, 240 level, 230, 240. It still could, you know, sooner or later it'll get tired and you might get something decent, but I'm talking, when I say something significant, I mean I'm talking more than 100 points. They're going to have to get to a more significant level to get a better rejection. Excuse me. Jake says to the moon. I don't think there's a day has went by in the last 3 years or better where Jake hadn't said to the moon. Yep, you're right. Consistency is key. You say it enough times, you will will it into existence. You got 4? You still holding that one from that one level? Now what's your entry price? So Special K is still in from down here to previous day high at the $26,007. She just bought more, added to her position going in, brought her average up to about 56 right here in this 4-hour zone. Yesterday she did this on one of her trades. At one point she didn't put the screenshot in the Discord the only one in there shows she had 5, but she actually averaged in that trade and had 10, and it was still going up. I'm gonna have to get her to teach me some things. Maybe I need to get COVID. You've been trading better ever since you got COVID.
I have no energy.
You're more patient.
Yes, I am.
Maybe that's a new symptom. Become a better trader. All right. So let's see. We get the pullback. Can they get in this box? You really have to trust the process to get long up here when the momentum indicators are so overbought. I have a real hard time doing that. So let's go have a look at Discord real quick. Jake posted in Discord, I think is what he's talking about. Chat room. That's my favorite pick too. I like that one. That's funny. I'm going to go on and buy in this box here. See if it really is going to be a high pullback day. Now that I bought it, it'll probably be a short, but hey, go figure, right? Hoping that they're just cooling this 1 minute off, that it turns back around here at the 50-yard line. If not, I'll be willing to add to this down to the 50 EMA. If they were to go to the 50 EMA and react the right way, I'll add to it. Beautiful. Keep pushing. Beautiful. Yeah, Gore, we do need some pullback, but if it's anything like yesterday, we're not going to actually get the pullbacks that we are used to getting right now, if you know what I mean. So let's go, push. You know you want to. You want to. Thanks, Kim. Hey, Special K's the one killing it over here. You still, how many you got? Just still 4? You did. Maybe that's what Kim was talking about. You posted in Discord. I didn't know that. Let me see. We got Special K posting in the Discord. Oh yeah, you're way better off now that we spiked up here. Nice. Well, I'm not giving back all my gains. I'll stop out of them 2 and try to save 1 for a runner. Wow, she posted again. That's a big difference in 2 minutes. Almost double your money. Hopefully it'll keep going up. Come on, let's go. some days you got to kind of change up what you're doing in the market. You know, typically we keep talking about the buy the dip situation going on. Normally I wouldn't just jump in a trade right here like this, but it's every time. It's almost like every time. Buy every dip because I want to keep pushing it. All right, looks like they might stop me out of these two here. Yeah, Gore, I got me a nice setup this morning in pre-market as well. It was nice this morning. I got me a pullback into the pre-market low or whatever it was, and come on, let's go. I'm going to try to scale out if we can get another push here up into that pivot. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Got Gore posted in the P&L. Like he's doing some copy trading maybe there. Nicely green across 5 accounts. Excuse me. Come on, let's go. Push. Nice. Beautiful. Anybody catch this long out of this chop box when it come back, return to it here? Gore caught it. Harris caught it. Swang stayed away. Jake, no, he was short and stopped. Swang missed it. Swang was in short. Velocity did, but got out of the trade too early. Jeff, no. Good job, guys that caught it, guys and gals. If you missed it, that's all right. There's gonna be more. Just don't chase. Special case, sit ill. Yeah, you're sitting ill over there. You're still in, I bet. You still got 4. Nice. How much you up over there? Wow. Special K up 550. Still holding 4 from the previous day low, or whatever that was, the previous day high. That entry at 26. I know you didn't. You ain't stopping me out. This might be one of these situations here where we get a dip. Might need to add into my position, you know, so they come down in here. Add one or two. Bring my average up a little bit, but keep it live going up. We'll see. Now that I only got one left, I'm going to take that order off there in case I try to rocket this. You do? Way up there. It could get there though, it could slow grind all the way there. They're keeping the momentum indicators cooked in the overbought scenario, so no significant pullbacks. And let's look here. Our high, our high, our high, our high. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could be getting into where we might only see maybe another couple higher highs, and then might be thinking we might, if they were able to put in a couple more, then we could probably be thinking about a short play for exhaustion. Harris says needs to pull back a little more. Yeah, no doubt about it. Question is finding that area on the chart that makes sense for the pullback. So let me go over here and have a look at some things on this chart. So from about, I'll use this box here. About 116, 107. There we have some imbalance on the 5-minute. So we'll see what happens if we can get it down in this area. Might not be quite exact there, but it's close to that area right there. Okay, that's what Harris was looking at, was the imbalance off the 5. If you guys are enjoying the live, don't forget to smash that like button, push it out there further. Still got them Bullinox evals are 89% off if anybody's looking for evals. Or trade day, I'm not quite sure. Trade day is 30 or 40%. Can't remember which one it's at right now. Special K, posting in a Discord. Still in the trade. Nice. Looks good. Dave, 25K in the books. Looks like Dave, I don't know if he's on chat with us today. Elite member out of Discord. Posted in chat. I mean in the P&L in Discord. He passed a 25K today. Congratulations to Dave. How much? Special K's trading in a funded account. Trying to get her buffer put in. Still got a little ways to go. She keep trading like that though. It's 2 days in a row she's done found a trade to add position to. Me, I might add to this position possibly. if we get the pullback into the imbalance here that we was talking about just now, maybe. We might, Harris. It might come to us right here. We'll see. I should probably put a stop in right under that imbalance because I don't want to hold, all the way back to break even. I don't like doing that. I could see that they definitely got the room here, of course. They got plenty of room to come to the downside. So I can see them getting in here and getting close to the 21 EMA there at 115. Come on, let's go. Keep pushing. I want to see them push it all the way up there to that 4-hour zone overhead, 230, 240. If they get break of structure continuation here, right here, this top, I might add in. Would probably bring my average into this box here. And then see if we could ride it out from there maybe. We're only, 100 points away from the real overhead resistance. So psychologically, you could think that the market's going to try to drive it up there. And then you could possibly find some real rejection up out of that area maybe. Or you might only find 50 to 100 points. Things are a whole lot more bullish now that they've held price up here so well. So seems like they're having a little bit of a struggle here. Hit the pivot, we'll see. the play on the table here might be that they drop it down close to this box, maybe tap the trend line somewhere right in here. I might have to add to my position. Hope everybody's green on the day, or is having a decent trading day, or a great trading day, I mean. All right, here we got us a little pullback going on here. See if this is going to be another add to ordeal right here.
Further down.
Added one. I'm gonna put my stop in though, just to protect myself here, depending on what they want to do. We would have liked to have seen that get pushed up harder than that right there. To be honest, for me to like that, I may end up getting stopped out of this trade, which will be fine. Come on, let's go. Push. Push. Nice. Now, guys, look at that. Look at that wick on my screen. Tell me it don't look like it tagged my order. Beautiful. Perfect timing. I'm going to follow this with my stop, though, so I can lock in my gains now that I've done added to my position. I really thought that was going to stop me out right there. It sure looks like it. Melinda just caught the drop. Good job, Melinda. Nice. What'd that bring your average up to? Special K added in her position that drops. She's got 10, moved her average up to 100. Come on, let's go. Push. Beautiful. Buy the dip day. Buy the dip day. Harris, did you get in? Dropped into our box there. Hopefully you got in, Harris. Push, push, push. Good job, Harris. Harris had a trade plan. He said he wanted to pull back. We threw the box there on the screen on what he was looking at, and he planned his trade, and now he's trading his plan. Great job, Harris. Love seeing that. That's exactly how it's done. Come on. Keep pushing. Turn around. Push, push, push. Push this thing on up to that overhead 4-hour zone. It killed that 1 minute kill zone down where it gave it room to expand to the upside. The 2 has some room. The 5 minute, not so much. It's pretty much cooked right now, consolidating an overbought area, but yeah, it don't mean much. It stayed up there most of yesterday, so the 5 minute did. Nice, like push. Come on, guys, push it up. Give us a face ripper candle. Harris, you talking about our 4-hour zone overhead at the 240, 230, 240 area? That's what I'm aiming for. But I'm going to walk a thin line if we get up there. Because we could get to that zone and it looked pretty ugly for the bulls. Maybe. Everything's been so bullish as of the last couple days. Who knows? It could get up there. It could pierce it. It might not even reject it. It could just go through it. It should reject. Any normal trading day it would reject, but let's go. Push. Beautiful trade. You said you got 10 over there? How much are you up? You're gonna be up real good if it gets to 240.
1,600.
Ooh.
But that's just what I have.
Yeah, the fight here at the pivot's been pretty tough, although we got the initial rejection off the pivot and we pretty much V'd straight back to it. So we should be finding some support here and another leg up. Come on, Bulls. Push it. Harris said he's running a tight ship today. Hey, glad to have you here, Jason, if you're new. Appreciate the kind words. If you hadn't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and set notifications. You won't miss any of the live streams. That's what we're here for. Every day is a new learning day here. I learn myself every day as well. So come on, let's go. The Bulls need to get in charge of this and go and push it. Tearing my nerves up just chopping around this pivot. I appreciate that, Jason. Took about 30 seconds of watching the stream to sub. I guess that's a good thing. It's all about growing the FTE community. Try and reach as many traders as we can. We mainly trade NQ and MNQ. I'm assuming maybe you're trading futures already, or have you begun to trade futures at all? And Jake said it's his comments. You know what? I can get behind that. Appreciate that, Rich. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Yeah, where the Bulls at? Oh. What are they trying to do? They're trying to scare people. Don't make me close out my trade. There it is. Push it. You know, there was a level that's a very smart plan there, Jason. I'm not going to really speak too much of it on myself. You could talk to elite members. If you hadn't joined the Discord, you can come join the Discord if you want to. I'll throw the link in the chat. And then you can hang out with some of them people, ask them questions. I think you're in the right place if you're just starting to learn. Come on, guys. They're fighting it here pretty good, that's for sure. We have some, Jason, that are copying trades. I'm copying right now. I think there's a few others, but as somebody in the learning phase, I'll tell you right off the bat to stay away from copy trading. You don't even want to touch a copy trader until you've done a lot of research and a lot of trading and are 100% in control of your emotions. Trading is not easy, but at the same time, taking a trade is the easy part. Controlling your emotions is the hard part. You will be your own worst enemy in trading. There's a lot to learn about trading. So much. Jake said to the moon time. Yeah, if they could break his pivot and stay above it, they need to put in a, there we go. Come on, let's go. Jake said there's a SPY S&P wall, 2.2 billion call wall at 697. I don't have SPY pulled up anymore. How close is it to the wall, Jake? Harris said breach. Well, I mean, he's new. He says he's brand new. You know, we need to make sure we're taking care of the situation. Oh man, I could have swore I just seen the stream do something stupid there. Hopefully we don't drop stream. If we do, the link, if this thing drops for some reason, the link to the reboot is at the very beginning of this chat. Will be where that's where we'll be if it happens. All right, so I'll move my stop up under the pivot. That way we can still give this buy the dip day a little bit of room. I'm going to have to assume that Special K is up pretty good. Wow, she said she's up 1,300 over there. Must be nice, Special K. Oh, I see you posted something in the setups. It's like we're having a duel inside the setups and screenshots. But I'm not going to have near as much as you because I only got 2 contracts. Harris said he's out of the trade. Good trade, Harris. Not sure what's going to happen here. Yeah, me neither. I'm going to hold out here. Gore cleared another eval today. Congratulations, Gore. Gore's on fire. Jason, thanks for info. Is it better to use your own money or do prop trading when started? Well, Jason, my honest opinion would be to use prop firm because why would you want to use your own capital while you are learning the trade when you can spend a little bit of money, get an eval for cheap, and then, you know, if you lose the eval, you lose the eval. If you lose your capital, you lose your capital. And unless you've got a whole bunch of capital, you don't have any more money to use. And it takes quite a bit of capital to start a cash account and be able to trade much anything. So, you know, in the learning phase, I would definitely use props. And if you become consistent trading prop firms and taking payouts, then if you decide that you want to go to trading a personal account, you know, that's up to you. But while you're still learning the process, most definitely prop firm. I mean, anybody would love trading with someone else's capital. Plus, the rules that prop firms put in place are actually there to make you a better trader. I know a lot of people look at it like, well, these stupid rules, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, the rules are there for a reason. If you learn to follow the rules of the prop firm and you can take payouts, you are going to become a better trader. And there's no denying that at the end of the day. Nobody can say any well, they can say different, but don't listen to it because it's wrong. I hope that helped, Jason. So, you know, they're cooked over here on the momentum indicators, but man, do they sure act like they want to take us to the 240 zone. Think we can hold out long enough to get up there? You know, if we could get another nice green leg to the upside here, I'd maybe add one more to my position again, possibly. I don't really want to do a pullback buy-in because at any moment they could decide to drain us off. This is like the fifth higher something we put in. Sooner or later, it's going to be cooked to the point where they want to give a little bit back. Yeah, mine has two room beats, but then it was yesterday, and the shorts just wasn't working that well. I did all right at first, playing the first red candle on them crossovers yesterday morning, but then later in the morning, I ended up in the red trying to counter trend trade. It's when you got to understand, be able to read the market and what's going on. You always got to adjust your trade plan and your trade strategies day by day with what the market is. We've been in a bear market for a long time. We are in a bull market now. So like we was saying in the bear market, we was talking about how some trades were acting differently. Some trades work good in a bear trend and they don't work quite as well in a bull trend and vice versa. You always have to be able to adapt to what's going on in the market. Come on, let's go. Push, push, push. Huh? Really? Wow, that's crazy. Special K, how many you got now? I think she said she's got 14 contracts now. What's your average at? Now she's got 14 contracts at 116. Started at $26,007. And she's up like 13 or 1400, I think. 1300, she said. Yeah, she's killing it again today, Gore. She ain't messing around. Awesome, Jason. Yeah, you can look around them channels in there, and anybody who has a name in their Discord name is in a blue color, they are elite members. They've been through the precision trading course and other things. A lot of people got the tools, the indicators, and everything, but I would prefer you ask them questions than to ask me when it comes to any of that. I'm not going to try to upsell you on nothing. Nice. Let's get this push. Let's get to that 240 box. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. If I could ride this out to about 240, I might pass these evals. I think I'm about $700 away. Come on, let's go. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream if you're enjoying. Help grow the community bigger. What's an evaluation? Prop firm evaluation. Eval. It's a account you buy in order to trade with. I'm currently trading Bullinox evals. They are currently on sale for $19.25 for a 50K. If you pass it, you have to hit $3,000 to pass it. You got $2,500 of drawdown. And when you pass it, you have to pay $148 to activate it to funded. You can take payouts every 10 days, but you have to put your buffer in, which is $2,600, and then payouts every 10 days and consistency of 40%. But then if you don't pass the eval, you're only out of $19.25. If you pass the eval and you activate it for 148, let's just say 150, and then the price of the eval, so you're at 170. Say you lose the funded account, at least you're out of $170 and not however much you lost in a personal funded account, cash account, if that makes sense. And there's lots of props out there. I mean, you can look around, make sure you read the rules to all of them, understand them. Because you got props out there, prop firm evals you can buy where they cost a little more up front, but you don't have to pay an activation fee once you pass them. So it just depends on what on each trader is different. You know, y'all want to pay more money up front so they don't have to pay activation fee, or do I want to pay less up front and pay activation fee later? All in all, to me, all prop firms cost about the same. I know that they don't, but they're all close enough. So it ain't, for me, it ain't worth him hauling around about 20 bucks or 30 bucks. I mean, this is all part of the system that we're doing. So Kim says 210.25 is the next measured move. See if we'll get us a buy the pullback situation here. I hadn't even been paying attention to my trade or how high it was or how high in the green I was. Probably should have sold mine. Gore says 225 is the next stop. You know, like I said, I'm holding out. I'm holding out for the 230, 240 box up top. I think Special K had her set to sell at 225. I'm just gonna have to get stopped out. I'm not moving my stop, I don't think. And lock in my profit. I'm not trying to add to my position again or buy the dip. Sooner or later, we've had enough higher highs. Sooner or later, one of these is going to be the one that's going to stop me out. You know what I mean? I don't need to leave my stop down here at break even or be one of them traders who is willing to lose $250 per trade and leave it down here under my break even and give this thing enough room to breathe, and then it drop below there and stop me out in the red. How crazy would that be? I see videos like that all the time. I don't understand why you wouldn't be moving your stop into the green. Come on, let's go. Oh, I got you going. Yeah. Yeah, that's just below that 4-hour zone up there. It's from 230 to 240 is where that zone is I got up there. So I like your way of thinking. Harris is done for now. I'll be back a little later if you guys are still on. Good day. Hey, all right, Harris, we'll see you on the next one. If we're not on, we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Have a great rest of your day if we don't see you. Great job on the trade today. Come on, let's go. Of course, I would be in some evals in this trade instead of my funded today, this morning. That's okay. Special K's and her funded. One of them, anyway. Come on, let's push. I would be careful in the manner of to start following yours maybe a little bit tighter to lock in that green. How high are you? No, I mean you're in the green on that trade. Yeah, like what's your profit? Oh, the thing you posted in Discord. Special K posted in Discord up $1,500. Oh man, get it. And you know, there's hats off to her on that account because she took a hit in that thing like a couple of days ago. Was it last Friday?
Yeah.
She took a hit in that funded account, I think last Friday. In one day it was down like 15 or 1600 bucks. In between yesterday and what she's doing right now, she's got that thing back to like 52.6 or better. So it goes to show, you know, if you stay patient and vigilant and disciplined and just wait, you know, wait for your setup,
I'm gonna stop out though.
you can get it back.
I don't like that extension.
Yeah, we've put in several higher highs. You can think anytime after about 4, somewhere after, if you get in between 4 or 6 higher highs in a drive like this, usually you can start finding some weakness to the downside. Not necessarily going to happen every time, but after that, you need to pay attention to your longs. I'm going to move mine in a little tighter here. Right there. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. You know, I don't need to catch the whole move. I've already caught plenty of this move in the first place. But it would be nice to ride this out to the 240 zone up top. But we just might not get that. If we do, great. If we don't, great. Here, we don't have FOMO. Here we have JOMO. So, we don't chase. If we get stopped out, so be it. It's not the end of the world. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I prefer not to stop out, but we take what the market gives us, you know. If you look at what we got going on here on the 1 minute, we have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder right here. There's a head and shoulder play on right here on the 1 minute. So say something like this here maybe. Nice. Special case stopped out. Looks like I might be getting stopped out on the break of the head and shoulder here. If they don't want to protect this low right here, if they take this, if they take my order here, then we're going to probably see some more downside here. The safer bet might possibly be to have the order set below the R1 pivot or the 50 EMA. I did have it under the R1 pivot there for a while, but I decided to move it on up to get closer to locking in more green. You're not always going to be able to ride the wave on and on and on and keep adding into the dip. There it is. It took my position. Because it's got to find exhaustion somewhere and actually pull back some more than what it has been doing in that drive. So we got the head and shoulder break here. We'll see if it turns around and goes back up or if they're going to keep dropping. You know, I could see them coming down here and sweeping the 50 EMA here. And then if not, you need to pay attention to this box because this kind of would be like a intraday double bottom on a lower time frame.
I'm glad I did.
No, I'm just upping my order quantity back to 5 in case I want to buy back into this on the dip here. This could just be a sweep of the 50 because it is a buy the dip day. Question is, how far are they going to relieve the pressure off of this drive? Is it going to go a little further down, the 1 and the 2, the 2 minutes over the 50-yard line to the downside, the 1 minute's getting oversold. The 5 minute is turned down, but it's got a whole lot of room to go down. So we will take we'll take everything nice and slow here, and not get super excited or jump in anything. Like when I jumped into that pullback earlier, I just, as soon as it pulled back, I hit the trigger or pulled the trigger. So we're not going to do that here. Jason asks, if you thought it would drop further, would you not think about selling? As in like shorting? Is that what you're asking about, Jason? If we thought it was going to go down, will we short it? Yeah, it just depends. Yes. Well, since we was in the trade long, we want to stay in as long as we can, because today is a buy the dip day pretty much. You know, they keep doing these little pullbacks, but they keep driving it higher. You don't really want to get into a short play. First, you got to plan your trade. If you're going to take a short play, you need to plan your trade and then trade your plan. So, see, they come down here and tested the 50 EMA. Since I was already long in this trade, I wanted to stay long. But now if I was waiting and waiting and waiting, I would have shorted probably this first red candle with the kill zone exhaustion on the 1, 2, and 5 for the short play here. Typically, that's one of my favorite setups. But you got to be careful with that setup, because we're in a bullish trend right now, not a bear trend. So you're fine. You can ask questions that you need to ask. I mean, what we're here for. But it's a lot to take in, I can tell you that. It could get a little overwhelming if you are that new to all this. So just take the process slow. Don't try to overdo it. And don't try to, one of the biggest killers to a new trader is strategy hopping. You know, if a strategy's not working for you, then you see something online, you're like, well, they're making money, I'm going to do that. And then you try that strategy and then you're losing. And then you think, well, that strategy don't work. Well, the thing is we can have 5 or say 10 people in this chat right here all trade the same strategy, but 5 of us could win and 5 of us could lose. We could all trade the exact same strategy and 5 of us still lose. 5 of us win. Because at the end of the day, it's not so much about whether it's the strategy as much as it is the trader. 5 of the traders emotionally might not know how to handle their emotions while they're in the trade. Maybe they were a little slower to pull the trigger because they don't trust themselves. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. Now, there are some strategies out there that probably aren't that great, but a lot of times traders are quick to blame the strategy instead of themselves. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, of course, I got stopped out of that trade because I wanted to lock in, and look, that broke the head and shoulder, bounced off the 50. So I could have moved my stop under the 50 EMA instead, like I was talking about before this drop happened. And then look at this bounce. So what I'm really going to be looking for here is to see if they're really going to drive this up to that overhead resistance, and see what kind of reaction we get up there. I'm going to switch mine over to the 5 minute real quick. Jake said he caught that long off the bounce of the 50, I guess. Jake said, look at the 15-minute. I'm gonna look at it on TradingView. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. At that 15-minute chart, it's pretty wild. You talk about a drive. Let me draw something here on the chart real quick. We got some imbalance on the 15-minute. From got 93 to 107. So there's confluence there, two different time frames with imbalance on it, one of them being the 15 and the 5-minute. So might find some kind of pullback into that zone, possibly. You never know. Jason, I'm trading. I'm using what you see on stream as NinjaTrader 8. That's what I trade from and execute on, but I also have TradingView pulled up on another screen that I watch daily as well while we're trading. Those are the only two that I use. That's TradingView. It looks like this here. You got the 1-minute, the 2-minute, and the 5-minute. Well, this is the 15 right now, but I switch that back to the 5-minute. And I watch that on the other screen the entire day, or at least while we're trading. Merlin's posted in the P&L for today. 2 funded, 1 eval, locked in some green. Nice job, Merlin. Merlin's locked and loaded just about every day. Killing it. All right, so is this going to be a buy the pullback? Because I mean, they really act like they want to drive us up to that zone overhead. We're finally right here. Here's the overhead zone. It's 230 to 240. We've been talking about that zone, I feel like, all morning. When we was back at 20, well, we have been. We was back at 26,000 when we started talking about that zone this morning. Or below 26, right around there. I can't really find myself to get long again right here. I kind of want to wait and see if we get the push there. I guess I could size down and maybe, just take some 1 or 2 micros or something if I want to, but I'd prefer to see some type of pullback to get in long maybe. Maybe a tap of the trend line down here or close to it. Rip, get out of the dog food. One of my Great Danes done opened the lid on dog food over there. Freelance eating, I guess. Thinks he can have it whenever he wants it. Yeah, no problem, Merlin. Was looking mainly for shorts today. Yeah, they're going to be hard, just like yesterday, Merlin, because it's we're we're going to have to adapt to the changing of the market. So we need to lean more into a buy the pullback to go long situation, or scalp our shorts if we take the exhaustion on the kill zone, say the first five or the first red candle, or wait until you've had until later in the morning when more higher highs and higher lows have been put in. You might get a little better result from a short play as far as able to be able to ride one out maybe than to take them too early in the day. I know it was yesterday. I think not long after we got off the stream, we finally there was a one of them short plays came in, and I think it dropped 100 points. I was like, well, there's one that we was looking for all morning. You know, Merlin, how many cons are you trading when you are taking these trades, like taking them short trades? We've had a pretty busy morning this morning so far. I appreciate everybody's support. If you hadn't already, smash that like button on the stream. Tell your friends. Nice, Merlin. Merlin's taking 6 micros short when he takes that short play. I like it. Are you, Merlin, are you aiming for a certain uh, number, like, or I mean, tick? Like, are you trying to make sure you get 5 points, 10 points uh, using an ATM or bracket order? Or are you just manually doing it and shooting for a particular amount of points and then maybe letting one ride or maybe two ride? You back in your funded over there? You long? What's your entry now?
Oh, God.
Yeah, coming up on that psychological number 200, you have to think there might be something there, or they could tag 200 and shoot straight to 240, sweep that box, and then it'd be a short play. Okay, Merlin says he takes that first red candle and base hits it on the around structure, exactly what we like to teach. Great job, Merlin. Love it. It's been a day, that's for sure. Hope everybody's green on the day. Looks like they're doing some consolidating up here to try to make this move up. I might be being a little too optimistic, but I would think, depending on how they react to this 4-hour zone up here, that there could be a possibility for rejection and come down here to this imbalance down here. All right, Melinda, have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you being here. Seeing as we have some imbalance on the 5-minute and the 15-minute down here, if we could find some hard rejection out of that 4-hour zone, that'd be looking real good, you know. Be like 120, 30-point drop or something if we get up there. Glad to have you here, Jason. Appreciate you showing up today. And I hope to see you on some future streams. I guess have a good night. Jake's saying Tesla's rocking it out, so he's expecting them to push the Nasdaq. I don't follow the stocks anymore, Jake, but I did read an article yesterday that Tesla was down or was currently down 23% on the year. Is that true? I think it was on the year. So it sounds like they got plenty of room to ramp up. That was in some article that was talking about that cyber cab or whatever he's working on. Let's go, let's go. Looks like we might have made it through that. I wasn't paying attention. Looks like we made it through that threshold of where the stream might drop. 2 hours in now, so hopefully 14% down in 2026. I don't know what it was talking about. It said 23 point something percent down. I thought they meant on the year. I don't know. That's still quite a bit though, I guess. But you say they're on their way up, so you're right away. Wow, 7% today. Yeah, they're up pretty good. They're up pretty good. Sounds like they're making some wild swings if it's like moving like that. I had to hop back on my treadmill and do some walking, try to get my mind cleared and see what this market's going to do. SpaceX IPO coming out, rotating to Elon's next best thing. That's funny. It's hard not to think about a short right now. Yeah, I'm thinking a whole lot about a short right now. But my thinking is I want to see him drive it up to the 4-hour zone overhead first. The whole thought process for me to want to take a short is built around 230 to 240. If they don't get there, I'm not going to think about the short right now. Yeah, we had a look at a 15-minute earlier, Melinda. Just straight up. It's a rocket ship. Crazy. Come on, come on. Show us what you want to do. I don't think they're going to give us much. They're not until they tackle that overhead zone. And then the one thing about that is it's one of two things. Either they're going to find hard rejection when they get there. So they get to the top of this 4-hour zone up here. They're going to either find a hard rejection or they're going to find buyers. And the next 4-hour zone, you got the pivot there, the R2 pivot at 297. And the next 4-hour zone is all the way up here. 425 to 435. So it's another 200 points away almost. Or right at it. Jake has one option contract, letting it run till 3 on, I'm assuming, Tesla. Nice, Jake. And before I'd be willing to jump in this and play this short anywhere up here like this, because I want to see it test this 4-hour zone. We're so close to it. I would have to be thinking more in the lines of, okay, how far are they going to pull this back? Because then I can probably get a good long entry. Since it's a buy the dip dummy. Well, let's go. I mean, I wouldn't care if they dropped it right now down into these imbalance zones, but I would be looking for a long play back to the 4-hour zone overhead. More like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Trying to make the push on YouTube to 700 subs by month's end. Gives me about 15 days. Still got to go about 40 subs, I think. Landed 122 last month, 122 subs last month. Maybe they're just going to give the pullback here to the 50 and take it on up. I mean, they got that 1 minute again all the way down there, ready for bounce. They're not pushing real hard, though. It's not like there's a lot of buyers stepping in right here. Could be getting a little bit tired up here. There's one higher high, higher low. Second higher high, higher low. Third higher high, third higher low. Fourth higher high, fourth higher low. Fifth higher high, fifth lower low. So you got to be thinking, I get that push up here. For the way what I'm seeing on the market, I'm thinking pretty nice rejection, but that don't mean that's what's going to happen. Now, if they could drop this here, drop it pretty fast and hard into this imbalance area down here, that should get all three of the lower time frames oversold pretty bad. So and more than likely, ideally would be the crossover of these two imbalances right here around the 10, say 105 to 108 number here. I mean, it could come down and tap it all depending on how bad it wants it, but they've probably got the room now on the momentum indicators to push it up there if they want to get it there on the 1, 2, and 5. The 5 don't move as fast as the 1 and 2, so there's enough room for it to expand. And I mean, it'd be overbought, but they got room to do it. So for me, well, we talk about you got to plan your trades and then trade them, trade your plan. So I need to see it get it. I need it to push. I need an expansion to the downside or the upside. I need it to come down and show me what it would do in these imbalance areas, and then I need it to show me what it'll do up here at the 4-hour zone for me to determine if do I want to take a short play or a long play. I'm fine with taking either one of them, but it needs to prove to me that it wants to do that. I can't buy or short inside this chop right here. Come on, let's go. Melissa posted in the P&L channel. Locked in some green, handful of accounts there, and 90-cent red on one. Great job. She's working on a new strategy with MNQ that she took more contracts and comfortable with on a few trades, but that's why we practice and keep putting in the reps. All right, they gonna give us our drive to the overhead zone. What we've been waiting for. Special K's long in it. I'm going to be looking for a short play in it. We'll see. Anybody else just happen to be riding a wave here long still? All right, Melinda. We'll see you on the next one. Looks like Jake's still in this long and something, looks like. Triple Q's long.
Up there.
Yeah, you think they might throw in one of them weird green candles and then push it back down real fast? Good possibility that they'll do something crazy like that.
I'm gonna step away. I'll be right back.
Jake said he feels like it wants to roll over now. Yeah, it's looking a little different here, but this little consolidation here, it's going to be hard for me to want to short right here without seeing it pop up here first. I'd rather wait and see if it's a buy. If they don't tag this 4-hour zone first, I think I might rather wait and see if they actually put in a pullback to buy for a long or something. I mean, all they got to do is give us one good green candle, put up into this 4-hour zone here, and then push it back down and give me a first red candle or something, but I'd like to see them tag it. All right, Kim. Thanks. You have a great rest of your day as well. If anybody's new on the stream here, don't forget to smash that like button on the stream. Help push it out there further. On, let's go. What do they want to do here? Chat. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? ATR sitting around 9, 10. Excuse me. You know, even they could be trying to make it look like they want to roll this over and just come down here and tag this 50 EMA again and bounce this leg and still get the push up there to the 4-hour zone. So until they break below the 50, I probably won't be thinking about anything short unless maybe they break the 50 EMA and do some kind of, and actually look like they're going to drop it and maybe do some kind of retest of the 50 EMA maybe to take a short trade. But if they're going to break the 50 and roll this over, then they need to break 168 pretty fast to the downside. Although, I mean, if they want to roll it here, they can. They can bring it down to these imbalance zones we have. The 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart is inside this imbalance here, about 102. So, you know, they could drop this all the way down to the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Give us the what we need. You'd be able to pick up these stops here that are sitting under this one here and under this one here. Could take both of them out, smack into the imbalance, and then V back up. It's another trade plan situation we could be looking at. There's actually several different situations that are unfolding on the chart. It's just being aware of what all the possibilities might be that are at play so that we can build a trade plan around those and be prepared. You know, don't predict it, but we'll be able to react to it if it happens. I just over here, I was trying to look at some things on the 5 and 15-minute chart on the other screen. See what everything's kind of shaping up to look like. Here, it's looking like they came down and tested the 50, which we said this might be what they're doing. Just come down here, tag the 50 again, see if they push it higher to the 4-hour zone overhead. But all this consolidation felt pretty weak. You see it was more of a barcode style, whereas this slow grind is inclined. Everything here is inclined. No consolidation, you know, on the top side. But then a little mini drop here, so we'll see. Come on, let's go. Tell us what you want to do here. Remod says they're green so far. Hopefully everyone is green. Don't try to force any kind of trades right now. We need to let the market tell us what it wants to do first before we pull the triggers on any trade plans. Swain got him some small green, but green. Great job, Swain. Seems like they're having a harder time trying to move this to the upside. Still, so don't be surprised if they do try to do some kind of steep pullback. Don't let it freak you out. You never know, they could try to make a fast move to the downside. Sweep up a bunch of stops that are in place on the bulls. So you got to think there's a lot of people that are trading long right now, and they got their stops sitting right here at 165-ish. Their stops sitting down here at 138. Everywhere where there's legs down, pullbacks and legs to the upside, there are stops just below, because there's some people that don't move their stops. There are some that move them to break even instead of following tight and locking in things. So they could try to get in some kind of raid. The market might try to raid all them stops. Maybe get us a push down here to this imbalance we want. Don't mean it's got to happen, but you have to be aware of the possibility that it can. You know, from where we're sitting right now at 200, they could throw in a crazy green candle right here and push it all the way back down, just be a long wick, and tag that zone, and then drain this market and roll it over. That would not necessarily be a bad thing if they did that and rolled this and drained it, because we need some pullback, some decent size pullback at that. We've been in a big drive up, so the ATR sitting around 6 or 7. It's 12 o'clock, just past 12 o'clock. We didn't really get no fluctuation of volume there on the whole hour, don't look like. So next stop would be thinking maybe 12:30. Might see some kind come in, but ideally getting into that time of day, I'd like to see them tag the zone up here, get the short play, drain it down real good, maybe all the way getting close to power hour, and then go ahead and bounce it. You know, don't be surprised if we get some kind of pullback today, and then sometime in power hour they put in new highs on the day, you know, if we do get the rejection. So anything's possible with NQ. If you're new to the stream today, make sure you smash that like and subscribe on YouTube, and set the notifications so you don't miss out when we go live 5 days a week. There's a link floating around to join Discord. If you're not a member there and want to become a member, it's somewhere in the chat. Might have to scroll up a little bit. Appreciate all the support and people showing up and showing out day after day, locking in that green. Come on, let's go. Get that push up there. Show us what you want to do. The questionable thing about them pushing into this 4-hour zone is it was looking weak here, you know, but so was the pullback. So it was looking like it was weak and wanted to roll over, yet they didn't push it or let it roll over. They brought it to the 50. They're bouncing it here. So even if they get up here, it don't necessarily mean we're going to get a hard rejection. That could go one of two ways. a lot more people jump on this train and push this even higher. The 4-hour range we're coming up on prime is 230 to 240. You know, they could find buyers here and they keep on pushing this higher and it still be a buy the pullback day, or they could get up here and be all right, that's enough on this drive. We're extended pretty well because we've been in an upward grind for a couple days or better, actually for a while now, and then push it down. We just have to wait and be ready to react to whatever decision they make. I wouldn't front load anything. You know, I would wait and see. It's a wait and see game right now. Last thing you want to do, especially if you're green on the day, is to find yourself on the wrong side of a trade because you was too impatient and not disciplined enough to sit on the sidelines and wait for your plan. Have the joy of missing out. Once again, it looks like they are going to try to make the move here to the 4-hour zone. Got us overbought on the 1, 2, and 5 minute. Oh, let's go. What are they going to do? Now they're up here close enough to the zone. They could definitely put in one of them crazy green candles and just wick it. So still not quite sure that I'm ready to jump in the hot seat of being short on this because they still have not tagged a zone. So, you know, they could even possibly say they sweep the zone. Say they come up here and tag 250 or something, a quick spike pass, but then they close back in it with a red candle, push down, you know, long wick or something. Then might be thinking it's time for rejection up here out of this 4-hour zone. We need to see the reaction to the zone first. If they keep the slow grind mentality up and they get in the zone, break the zone, and want to keep pushing higher, the next 4-hour zone's like another 200 points higher or something like that. I think it's in the 400s. Yep. About 425 to 435. So it's almost like right around 200s higher than this one here, pretty close to it. And then of course if they could push that high, they're more than likely gonna end up trying to go after all-time highs, or at least double topping up there, something me and Jake had been talking about earlier in the day. Come on, let's go. Anybody else waiting to be able to take a short play up here out of the 4-hour zone, or what kind of trade plans do you guys have put together? Looking to get long, maybe on a pullback? Special K says she in it. I'm not surprised. You in it long? From what price?
30-minute 185 and everything.
Again, she's in it. She got in at 185. She's done added to her position and is up 203. She said she believes it's going to the 4-hour zone. That's what she said this morning. I believe it's going there as well. I just it hadn't nothing looked tempting enough for me to take another long on the pullbacks. Plus I get a little bit weary of buying the pullbacks all day long, because like I've been speaking about the higher highs and the higher lows, eventually it's going to roll over. We've put in more than enough higher highs and higher lows for them to for them to put in a death candle and take out some stops and do a stop raid. They have to be careful. Now, I almost took that red candle short right there because of what it was looking like on the 1 minute and 5 minute together. On the 5 minute, it closed red, but was a doji candle. The one in the 5 minute closed at the same time red. Something else I try to watch for is the candle closes, even though it's when I take these first red candle trades. And it looked like something might have been setting up right there, so I'm glad I did not take that. I need to stick to my guns about coming up into this zone and then seeing what happens, instead of trying to get in something too early. Because they have still not tapped this 4-hour zone, they could still pull this back and tap the 50 EMA again and then push it. They just keep slow grinding this. I'm going to have to think that you, or if you're thinking about taking a short trade, pay attention for the sweep of this 4-hour zone. Not necessarily that they're going to sweep it. They could just tag it. But I'm going to be focusing more on a sweep instead of just getting into the zone. I really believe that, you know, there's going to be some people that there's probably liquidity sitting above it, so they might try to sweep it, look kind of scary, see if they push it down really hard. Lost one yesterday. If you're new to the stream, make sure you smash that like button on the stream if you're enjoying. Help push it out there further. Help the community grow. Discord link floating around in chat if you want to join Discord if you're not already a member. All right, come on. We're tapping into the bottom of the 4-hour zone here. I really need to, I should have waited until the last minute, but I need to go look at something else on the other chart. That way I could have been prepared better for when it got up here. All right, so just in case they try to do some kind of sweep here, be thinking possible sweep in 255, 265. If they sweep and they tag that box, we need to see how they react. If they sweep and reject here, it could be game on for the short play. The 15-minute chart is really overbought as well, so have to wait and see how it reacts. Nice.
Consistency.
So now we have tagged we are above our box, but we want to see if they push and sweep. Push and sweep. You know, come into this box, find rejection in it. And it could be just a sweep of the 4-hour zone here. There's still some, this is all 15-minute chart, the zone up here. We'll see how they react to it. If they don't react to it the right kind of way, then the bears thinking to the short side, we're just going to have to get back in line with being on the bull side and buy pullbacks. So doesn't mean that it's got to pull back. Or I mean, it doesn't mean it's got to reject out of here. You know, it can go back to the theory of what we were saying. They could bust this 4-hour zone. You know, what if they retest and want to keep driving this higher? The next 4-hour zone is a couple hundred points higher, but it's a possibility. You have to be standing ready and aware of any situation that could take place. Like they want to keep pushing it here, so might be a scenario in play here where we need to worry more about the buying a pullback again than trying to short. Just insane the amount of pressure that the bulls have put on this drive to keep going. Did the same thing yesterday. It's almost like we're starting to maybe see some weakness here. The last time we thought we were seeing some back here, though, just kept grinding. You know, if they could close this below 238 in the next several seconds, that might be a short play opportunity there. And closed at 242. I need to see 238. It's still though going down. Might have missed that one. Yeah, bears are getting squeezed. Sorry. So now I missed a short. I should have took the first candle there. It was 4 points off from where I wanted to see it close, so I didn't take it. Now we got. Now I need to watch and see, is this going to be a pullback to buy a long situation here? This isn't nearly that hard of a drop. Not what you would expect to see after sweeping the 4-hour zone. So you got to think about the type of reaction you get in the chart after such a drive. Taking out a high profile zone and what is that, like a 12 or 13 point candle, something right there. That one red candle, not even that big. So now I want to see, are they going to come down here and try to tag the 50 EMA, maybe a little bit below, and then just take this higher? Or are they finally going to let it roll? See, I mean, here, depending on how they close this candle here, about to close green, it looks like. See, ah, man, it's hard to mess with this chart here. 42, that would have been like a scalp short. That wouldn't even be worth it. That's not what you're expecting after this move. So they may plan on driving this higher and just keep up with the same game they've been playing. I think I'm going to have to get my mind frame away from thinking about the short play. And maybe just try to stay on the bull side of things. You know, I'd like to see if they did pull this back somewhere down here past the R1 pivot maybe. I might be willing to take a short trade here in a minute, maybe. I want to see how the 5-minute candle closes on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, absolutely, Rich. Absolutely. I don't know. It looks good to short on the 5-minute, but I'm not too sure I trust it. They might just try to bounce this at the 50 right here. I'd hate to get my short entry right there on the 50 EMA just for them to bounce it back. You know, I'm going to have to wait. I'm not going to short here. I'm going to wait and just let them do whatever they want to do. You know, if they really want to expand to the downside and give us something to play with, they need to bring it down here to the R1 pivot area, to the zone for a long play. Otherwise, to me, it's just not going to be worth it for myself, I don't think. I mean, that's a nice short if somebody was to short it here, and it could happen. That's my plan, but I would have rather got in up here than to taking the chance of shorting it to 50. Especially after a day of where they've been riding the trend line, the 50 EMA all day. You know, pullbacks, legs up. Did anybody take this leg short up here? If so, congratulations. That's a beautiful short. Of course, I missed it. We talked all the way through it, though. And I tried to make you realize my understanding and why it's questionable for me to try to take the trade. although we have lots of room to expand to the downside, which I wish they would give us. You know, the next stop for me is going to be 131.40. The 50 EMA is down here on the 5-minute in this box here. I would like them to pull back to that pretty sharp. See what kind of structure they build, if they want to bounce it down out of this area to V-shape us back up, or slope V-shape, or grind it back up, one thing or another. But if they do get down here, I don't think they're going to get much lower than this. They could, but we'll see. If they do get it down there, the 5-minute ought to be just about exhausted. Ought to be, but we'll see. Only time can tell, right? If you're new to the stream and you're liking the stream, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and set them notifications. That way you'll always be notified when we go live. Smash that like button on the stream. I'm going to be about prepared to take a long trade if they do come down here and show us what we want in this box. So whatever you do, don't try to play early. Special K posted in the P&L. Only traded one long and steady. She locked $2,610.50 in that account, averaging into that long trade she took today. Awesome trade. Beautiful trade. Normally we'll be getting close, usually in about a half hour. It's 12:30 now. You know, usually I end the stream by about 1, but I kind of would like to see where we're at. I guess that gives us still about 30 minutes. I want to see where we're at in 30 minutes and see if we can capture one of these trades here. Especially this long trade, if it comes down here and bounces at that 50 EMA off the 5-minute. If they come down here and break below, say, this 165 area, these lows here, you'll see probably some momentum speed up and head towards 138, 140 area, which would get us down into this box. So, and then that would EMA 50 EMA is around probably 135 on the 5-minute. But see, now here they are. I think they might have found some support. Although this could come up and retest, say, the 50 here on the 1-minute, maybe the 21, and they just kind of roll this back over. We'll see. Because the 2 and the 5-minute still have quite a bit of room to the downside. Let's go. They keep trying to, if they can roll this over and keep pushing this down, this could be a really nice trade down here, possibly, for a long trade. Could be something closer to like this right here, possibly. Which would be even better for Confluence for us, because if they can roll this over and come tag the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. Right now it's slowly grinding up a little bit. It would get our 50 EMA up here closer to being in line with this R1 pivot and protecting this low back here to the left. So add in all that confluence there, you could have something great there. Swain caught a little of this drop. Nice job, Swain. I wish I did. I was really thinking about shorting that red candle, that first red candle, and I didn't, because it closed where it closed. Nice job. Caught a real nice section of the leg. Sounds like a good trade plan, Swain. Want to see how they're going to react here. They got the room for the expansion to the downside. I really want to see them push this hard down this way. That would get the 5-minute kill zone oversold pretty good if they come down here and tap this area. Nice. I like how you add all them confluences in there. What it's all about. We this thing just keeps on teasing us right now. It needs to drop, or uh-oh. You know, they take out these levels, it should move pretty fast. They're gonna be on stop raid right here. If they get past 165, should push fast down there. And then we need to see what kind of reaction they get to whether or not we need to get in this long, or if they're setting up something else. Might be more something like that. Could possibly be a nice long trade here. We'll see how they want to react. Somewhere about that horizontal line there inside that box is where the 50 EMA is on the 5. They still have room on the 5-minute to expand some more if they want to, you know, take us on down a little bit. Because if they bust through this, the next level is going to be the crossover of this imbalance right here, about 107, 108, 109. Thank you. I don't just want to jump in the trade here. You know, kind of looks like they might bounce it here, but the trade plan ain't to jump in just because they put in a green candle. You know, the trade plan is for them to come down and tag the 50 EMA, maybe even sweep it. That don't mean they got to. Could still get long out of this area, but we need to see what kind of structure they build right here on the 1 minute and not just chase the move. I'm telling you, that 5 minute still has room to expand on the downside, so have to be wary about what they do here. If you're new to the stream and enjoying the stream, don't forget to go like and subscribe on the YouTube channel and set them notifications. That way you're notified every time we go live. You won't miss anything. Still just patiently waiting here. Try and let it prove to us what it wants to do. It don't necessarily got to get down here and hit the 50 EMA. You know, it could get close to it and then bounce and head on up. Jake got him some scalps on the short side. Good job, Jake. I should have took it short on the first red candle like I was going to. but I didn't. Would have been about a 100-point move had I held it. Yep. There will always be more. Do what? You shouldn't be. Oh. They kind of acting like they want to drive us on down to that 107 level I was talking about. We'll see what they do here. If they're going to turn this around right here and start building. I'm going to go and throw a stop in and protect myself here. Right. Might not be ready, but it looks like they might try. We'll see what they do. Well, let's get that push. We need a hard push, get back up in about 165 area. If they can get us a good push either on this candle or the next two candles, we could be seeing ourselves set up for a decent long play here out of the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to try to give it some room to breathe. Ultimately, I'd like to see it get back up to the 4-hour zone. I'd like to see somewhat of a V-shape here, recovery. That would fall in our plan of what we was talking about on this drop, coming down to the 50 EMA on the 5-minute and maybe seeing a V-shape recovery, maybe a partial V-shape, and then maybe slow grind it some, you know. I'm going to keep my stops in here though because I'm in a funded account. I need to try to give this some room to breathe, but I also don't need to be taking any losses if I can help it. I'm hoping if I leave it down here, I'm giving them enough room to do some candle over candle. If they can build this up over the 21 EMA, about 175 or so, you know, if they can break up through that, we should be in good shape as far as the long goes. You know, if the 1-minute momentum indicator here crosses the 50-yard line, you should see a push of momentum. Just like that, stop me out. It's okay. I'm going to get back in it. I'm going to try to stay in this and let this breathe. If they take out this low, though, here on this candle, I'm going to have to close this trade. If they can pop this back up and protect the low, then I might add to it. But it looks like I'm going to have to close it maybe. Looks like they might have something else in some other kind of plan. Although we still have this low at 107 here that we was talking about. So I might just need to not sell too fast and see what happens here.
No.
All right, Merlin, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Velocity is in Hawaii. Well, all right, Velocity, we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your day. They really need to try to protect this 107 area down here. If they can prove to me that they want to protect this low and turn this around right here, I may add to my position. The 1, 2, and 5 are pretty much oversold, so anytime if they want to try to turn this around, start pushing this. That'll be the true test on that level right there where they're at.
Shh.
Come on, let's go. Push. 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 You can do it. Push. Push, 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 push. Help me out here. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Push. Candle over candle for me. Let's do it. Beautiful. Beautiful trade, guys. Anybody getting this long? That's why I held that level down there around 107. Come on, let's go. Let's get it. Push. Come on now. You gonna take me out of the game like this? Jake got it. Nice, Jake. Special K got it. She's back in her funded. She said she was done today with that funded account. To the moon, he said, I wish. I wish it would go to the moon. It ought to get back up here to the... We need to break structure right there at 165. That's what we need to do. I'm gonna fall as tight because I'm copy trading in my funded, so if copy trading 3 of mine together. If you're new to the stream, make sure you smash that like button if you're liking the stream. Subscribe to YouTube, and then you can set your notifications to be notified every time we go live. That way you don't miss out on anything. It's been all day. All right. Thanks, Rich. I mean, that's why we're doing what we're doing, right? We've had that mark down there pretty much all morning, that level at 107, where those imbalance boxes were crossed over. I had talked about that earlier this morning, that crossover line right there. They might want to stop me out of this, but I'm going to take what I can. I'm not going to try to hang out forever in this and let it ride, you know. I'll adjust this to 1 if we can get the push up here. I'll move that to the 50 EMA. I'll adjust this down to 1. Follow this at the bottom of this, and I'll leave 1 down here. Come on, let's go. Push. I'll follow this up with this one, put it under the R1 pivot. Come on, push up there. Come on, let's get it. This right here, I talked about how I missed my short opportunity to take that short play right there. You know, it is what it is. I missed a short play, but that's when we started talking about finding our entries for a long play. Had plenty of time to plan this trade on this whole downside. We was already putting a plan together for somewhere to take this long. I'm going to hold on to this one for right now. And see, they should be able to find some legs here to push this back up, but I'm not letting this come back to break even. So I'm going to drop this stop back here in case something crazy happens. You know, they hit me with some kind of candle. I will at least be completely out of trade in the green. Come on, let's go. Push. I leave one micro in the game, leave a little skin in the game, because if we do find the legs here and they start this drive back to the upside, this could be one of those pull or buy the pullback situations again, and I can add into this position and into this winner if it wants to keep going. There's no reason we shouldn't find some kind of recovery, you know, back up here to that 4-hour zone. Although it could, you know, it could come up here to the 50 and reject. You see we rejected right here. Just got to be prepared. We got a lot of room to expand to the upside on the 2 and the 5 minute. Of course, you can see the 1 minute's about cooked over there on the overbought side, but the kill zone is you're crossing the 50-yard line on the 2 minute. And the 5 minutes just now leaving the oversold zone in the bottom. So what you could be looking for here is let's say they're going to put in a decent green candle, maybe above the 50 EMA. They may pull it back some if they want to keep driving this up to cool the 1 minute off. Come on, let's go. Anybody else catch this long down here other than me, Special K, and Jake? All got in a position long down here. Anybody else get it? Prime, nice. Prime got in it. Rich, did you end up getting in that down there? Swang said he sat on the sidelines on that one. That's all right, Swang. Just like Jake said earlier, there'll be more. And when he said it, that's why I was so focused on taking this long trade, because I missed the short. You know, there's no reason I shouldn't have been short on that long short. Rich said he took it, but tight stop loss cut me out too soon. That's all right, Rich. You build a trade plan and trade your plan, and even if you stopped out too soon or not, you stopped in the green and didn't hold out forever and let it do what it wanted, and then you end up having to take a loss on it. I like the discipline. I follow mine too tight with stops all the time. You know that. I know y'all have seen me on here get stopped out of a trade in a matter of seconds. I appreciate everybody's support and everybody showing up day after day on the stream and smashing that like button on the stream. Trying to help the community grow. Means a lot. So now here we are. We're putting in this green candle above the 50 EMA. And there's still so much room to expand on the 5. So don't think that they can't pull this back if they want to somewhere down here. You know, but I still think they're going to drive this on back up to the box up there, the 4-hour. I don't really want to try to add into no position though unless I add into a pullback. You know what I mean? I don't want to add into a drive. I want to add in to say they put in a red candle back down to the 9 or retest. Really, I would prefer to come back down here to the 9 or the 21 EMA, but not yet. I wouldn't do it if it did it now because it's still too close. For me, I'd rather this get up here and then retest a 50 from up here somewhere. I'm going to move this up. I should probably just lock in what I got and be done with these accounts, really. That's what I'm going to do. I'm moving this to the 50 because I need to lock in everything I can on this. I don't care too much about letting this run that far. You have to protect your funded accounts. Still has some room to expand on the 5-minute. Yeah. Wow. Go on, push it up some more. I can't believe they didn't just tag that. Looks like the wick touched my order. Oh, they said, oh, you talking about us? We'll come back and get it. Prime, you're asking about these blue boxes here on the bottom of the screen. These are all imbalance boxes. Well, these bottom two are imbalance zones. This top box was just a box I put in because that was currently this horizontal line here that's going through this box is currently where the 50 EMA was at on a 5-minute time frame. So I just drew the box where it's at so that I don't have to keep looking over there at the 5-minute chart and can see it. Come on, drive us up. Let's go. Drive it up. Don't come tag me out. Drive it up. Give me another 100 points. Yeah, no problem, Prime. They're having a real hard time trying to push this higher, so it's to be expected that I'm about to stop out. There it is. All out of the trade, guys and gals. And I think with that said, I'm about to wrap up the stream, I think, because it's after 1 o'clock. Usually we're off, but I was wanting to see if that trade right there played out while we was live. That's why I was going to stay on. Now that I'm out, I'm going to call it for a little while. Maybe I'll come back and look at Power Hour, maybe. Maybe not. We've had a pretty good trading day, so I might just leave it alone. I hope everybody stays safe today. Keeps trading. Oh yeah, look, they stopped me out. Now they're going to keep going up. Trade your plans. You know, be patient. Be patient like we was here for this to come down. Be patient if you need to buy in. I was waiting to see how they reacted to this 107 level. It looked good to me, so I averaged in pretty deep. That way I could get my price down there and scaled out pretty fast, and then held on to a little. Able to lock in 626 across 3 accounts on this one. So 1800 across the funded on that trade. Locked in not more than that on some evals, and then we got some more funded I might trade in the power hour. We'll see. But everybody have a great rest of your day, and hope to see everyone back here same place, same time tomorrow. And we'll try to do it all over again. Stay safe out there today. Thanks for showing up every day, guys and gals.